what do you think will be your suggestion? What will be your advice? Coach Andy, are you with us? Yeah, I just asked you a question. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Recording in progress.
They need to just, keep him there, because taking him out, it's not going to, it's not going to be of good to us, Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, yeah.
Now, hello, can you? Hello?
I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. I'm coming now to you, Coach Dean. In your days as a captain of the Liberian female national team, I'm sure you've gone through a lot of coaches. With you being sincere and critically honest, as a player, who is going to answer this? I will answer this. Would you rather play under a foreign coach or your native coach?
Firstly, I never had the opportunity to play with a foreign coach. It has been my local coaches throughout. So for me, I will sincerely say I love to play with my local coaches because they understood or they understand us very well. They monitor us while we play in our different teams in the league. So they see everything that goes wrong, and they also believe me. Also for me, I would love to play with my local coaches. The important is of representing my country with my local coaches because they gave me the opportunity. They showed me the way of playing soccer when I was at a teenage or 12 years coming up playing among the men. So my local coaches have been there from down the line. So for me, 100%, I believe in my local coaches. And I believe with time, with support, like for Liberia, local coaches are not giving the leaders support, always the foreign coaches. The foreign coaches come to our country, they get all the needed support, but when it comes to the local coaches, there is no support. We are scrabbling, and because of the wild passion we have in football, that's why we are still there today. So for me, 100% my local coaches.
Awesome. Now, going back to the things you deal with as a national team coaches, which I'm not going to put you on the bus or put you on the spotlight since you still have a job and we still want you to be there. How do you strike that balance about getting your job done and equally being a loyal employee to your employer, the federation, and above all, because you have to dance on three stages: as a coach to get results, as a good obedient employee of the federation, and above all, what the majority of Liberians want from you. Tell us how difficult this is, or how sweet or pleasant in your own.
Well, it has been a very difficult moment for me as a coach, and a coach that is just coming up. It has been a very difficult, but I take it as a challenge to prepare myself for higher. But on the national team is that we have a lot of experiences. But all what we go through and what our people or our employer want is to win. It's just a win where they look at no support, especially with our country. When it comes to women football in Liberia, there is no support coming from our country, our government. It's strictly our LP that is putting time and support women football. So it has been a difficult thing. All our people want is to see win and win. So for us as coaches with passion, what we do is to motivate the guys against the world to get the best out of these guys. It's a lot going on. Like I'm on a platform that I cannot say all. I cannot say all, but it's a lot going on with our women football in Liberia, especially with the support issues. A lot is going on.
Thank you. You've said enough.
So with the little results, we have short time to prepare, and football is not magic. You have to prepare well before we go. First experience, not having a deputy coach going to a WAPU tournament. And then I put it as a challenge for me going out there. And when I went there, looking at other countries that were top in football and seeing an inexperienced team, an inexperienced U20 team going out there to perform. And it was a great experience for my guys. In the group stage, we won our 3 games with 16 goals, and we came third in the tournament. So it was a great, and I think from that level, our government and our FA is going to move forward because we are looking at the U17 and the U20 to be the future team of Liberia. So we're hoping that we get more support from that.
Thank you, Maud. Well, you're so proud of yourself. You're so proud of your work. You're so proud of your faith. I'm very proud of you. We are so blessed to have you as one of us. I'm coming to you now, Joseph. You've covered a lot of great football matches, and you've seen from infrastructure to organization to the fine. Africa seems to be stamped as facilities. Or why are we? Africa seems to be dragging their feet, particularly the East, West, and
football association.
Same question. We can. It seems okay. Jida was out. Is now back in. Yeah, Joseph, we lost you for a minute.
Sorry,
Joseph.
like I was saying,
yeah,
and before the interruption, and if we can spend those money for infrastructural development. In 2014, I went to Morocco with our female team, our national and our female team. We went to Morocco for friendly matches. And then I got to a few of their stadiums or their academies. Give them opportunity to spend this money in fertility, bringing in investment or money in development our hobby. Let's say we spend less money than bringing in foreign players. You have to buy their flight tickets. They have to come in, give them big per diem, and then they cannot even gel with the idea of the coach. But if a coach home-based team bringing just few foreign tournament or continental tournaments, so what we need is the infrastructure.
Joseph, sorry to interject. This is when you develop them to that level, they are now good. You put them on the national team, and they now become a regular. Before you know it, they are now foreign-based because those opportunities will come, and they will now leave. And now you're now back to square one, dealing for their replacement to have that time. So in this vicious circle, I really cry, and I hope our front office, the ministries, the federations, because if it's not only the structures, it's not only the infrastructures, the structures, the home league, the domestic league need adequately funded, so that I mean, we have players living in provide for our players to stay home and grow our African football. Continue. Sorry, I had to just throw that in.
Okay. So when you have players playing in league, these third-tier leagues, they are third-tier leagues. They are the bottom leagues. They are playing in Manisa Sport, Judicial Sport. These names, or most of these leagues, these are foreign-based players that are coming in. They are playing from their third-tier leagues. So if you put, you spend the money in developing our local leagues, our local leagues down here, you have lots of young players coming up. Bring the players that are playing in the graded leagues, like playing the Premier Leagues, the Bundesliga, they're playing the La Liga. They are playing in their top flight leagues. So that will bring competition, but you cannot take a foreign-based player because he is a foreign-based player playing in a top-tier league, and then you leave out the player playing in the national league down here. So this is the biggest problem. So if you're spending this money on them, bring in these local players and then cut down the cost, use the remaining money for the infrastructure. You have PC and authorities, our national authority like our ministry, our NSAs, and our federation. They need to bring out and foreign home-based player. They have this player. I think it's they have this team together for long. They play together. They understand the system. They understand and the ideology of how to go. But when you bring in this foreign-based player, they only came in, or they will come in for just 2 days. They will train for just 2 days and then jump into the beach to play. What they did with Nigeria, you understand? And look at what they did with Zambia. They are so prolific. They know how to play. They gel together. They bring in the home-based player. Nurturing the home-based player, it will cut down the cost and you'll be able to have the infrastructure.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you so much. May tee off from where Joseph stopped. I think we really have to give to South Africa. They have over 14, 15 players playing on the home soil, on the domestic league. They have about 6 or 8 of same players coming from Melody Sundowns. And this is a good attestation to what can happen. I couldn't get the coach in Cape Verde to come. At the last Nations Cup, I was marveled at what the Cape Verdeans came to show in terms of football. I've never seen play one of the most enterprising and attacking football I have seen on the African soil. And look at the way of their switch of play, their speed. I can see you, but I can't hear you. Unmute your button. Okay, good.
Okay. You hear me now?
Loud and clear. Krista.
We have our local leagues here, which is our development structures. From the Division 2 that we call it ABC Motsepe. We have our local leagues here, which is our development structures. From the Division 2 that we call it ABC Motsepe. We've got Division 3 that we call it Hollywood League. The schools, because of the schools and the clubs, our development is growing. Play in the PSL while they're still young. Now, most of the clubs, they've got this club licensing that is under 20, the boys that is under 17 to under 19, which is a good thing because they stay there, players from the first division. I mean, in the what you call the Premier League, the first team of Sundowns while he's still young. I think the boy is 18 years this year. Even he was playing in the national team under 17 in Algeria. He was in that team. Now the boy is playing in the first team of Sundowns while he's still young. Is how we develop our players here in South Africa. But most of the clubs that is playing the PSA, they don't have a proper development. But those who manage, like Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, Sundowns, Cape Town City, Cape Town Spurs, and Stellenbosch from Norway in South Africa. Now, is how they develop players because of the infrastructure that they have. Especially in Joburg, we do have most of the infrastructure, good stadiums, good fields. In Cape Town, we still have good infrastructure. By using schools for the infrastructure, we are using schools for the infrastructure. We are using
going on. People did
club infrastructure. If you at surface grounds, Tebogo is from Free State. We have
from your Bloemfontein, dear. I
yes.
just sent a message that he needs us to ask you that what happened to Bloemfontein Celtic. I could remember, was it 3-4 years ago, I brought a team, Rivers United, to play Blue Fontaine. His beloved brother, Chuma, and you had the Fontaine Celtic.
You know what happened to the Fontaine Celtics? It's a club, you give it to Jimmy Augusto. You know what happened to the Fontaine Celtics? It's a club, you give it to Jimmy Augusto. Now, after Jimmy Augusto, it becomes the club of Max. Max sold the team to them. In Bloomfield, we don't.
Pardon, are you there? We've readily attacked. Do you have add-ons to where Joseph stopped about you've been around, you've followed football around the continent and outside the continent, and in terms of organization, infrastructure, commercialization, marketing, what is missing? Why is Africa, particularly the West, Central, and East, need to do better to raise football in Africa? Pardon?
Are you referring this to me?
Yes, to you. We are so swallowed and swamped with the emotion of the game, but you are just behind there, and you guys normally have your gallery where you sit and analyze things. So give me a breakdown of what you think can be done to improve African footballing.
To put it on the platform, on the grand stage per se, I think African football associations, what they need to do, they need to invest in grassroots football, such that when we go out there, let's say we are at the grand stage, we will be having quality to talk about. We will be showcasing talent that's out of this world. You will see if we take a look at what happens maybe in South America. Quality of football is Africans do it. They do not really invest much into football. If the sports ministry is amalgamated maybe with the Ministry of Culture, so you'll see that there is not seriousness per se when it comes to really coming up with something that's solid, much into it such that we can realizing from it. You know, it to be making a lot of money. But when it comes to Zimbabwe here, and Africa as a whole, you see that South Africa, maybe a couple of other countries in West Africa, maybe Nigeria, and a whole lot of other nations like Egypt in the north and in their region there, a bit of the global platform. But down here, especially in Southern Africa, we can only talk of South Africa as a representative, because we have competition there, like Norman has been alluding to. In South Africa, you have got competitive leagues. In Zimbabwe here,
thank you, Pado. We'll just give our 1 minute passing shot. I will come back to you, Pado, but I will let our leadership, Coach Dean. Coach Dean, you are muted. Unmute your mic.
I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity in my country where credit you have to appreciate it. There's this one person that is late, he died a few months ago. So I want to use this medium to say, Mr. Henry Brown, Technical Director, I want to say thank you for going out there and association for putting me the opportunity, because they have been the ones supporting me and seeing me going further to all Liberia. A few years ago when I was playing, we had a lot of experience with the men that we could not open up because of that men and women stuff. But now today that we have women in, the girls can open up to us. The girls can tell us personal things. So we need more women coming back, so the girls can be open to it. It's not just the men, but we need to open it and make it the women's world as well.
Thank you very much. Thank you for that advocacy. Yes, we need women. We need more women. That was why I insisted. I wanted 2 women on this panelist board, but she called in late that she got.
Okay. Okay. It's a pleasure for me to be here for the first time. I believe this is the start of many, and we will be going to be shedding light on things affecting Africa.